How can the loss of lives and property due to domestic fires in winter be prevented? What are the main causes of these winter fires? What prompted the launch of the City of Johannesburg's Winter Fire Safety Campaign? What are the key features of the Jozi safety kits? What time is it? It's question time. Welcome to the show. My name is Mpho Tsedu. Illegal lighting and heating appliances, candles not placed on proper safety jars, using open fires for cooking in confined spaces with highly flammable materials, as well as illegal electricity connections. These are listed by the City of Johannesburg's Emergency Management Services as some of the main causes of fires during winter. The city's Emergency Management Services launched the Winter Fire Safety Campaign and Jozi Safety Kits Handover in Kaya yesterday. This is an outreach program aimed at preventing further loss of lives and damage to property in and around the city. We are live and therefore you can call us and air your views. The numbers to dial is 089-110-4210. Our Twitter handle at QuestionTime24. And may we therefore just apologize. We had mentioned publicly that we were hosting the Auditor General Kimi Magwetu. Unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, he had to postpone today's show, and therefore we expect to host him next week, where we're going to be talking about the Auditor General's report, which was released yesterday. However, my guest today, Robert Munaudzi, he's the spokesperson of the City of Johannesburg Management Service. Munaudzi, welcome to Question Time.
Good afternoon, Paul, and afternoon, viewers.
Yes, it's winter, we know. It is, fire season, is it cold?
Yeah, at this stage, it's not really that much cold, but we have already had a number of incidents, fire incidents throughout the city. Mm-hmm. So during this time of the year, as the City of Johannesburg, we are proactive enough to initiate winter safety campaign, so that because we know that we will be receiving an increase in terms of the number of emergency calls which are fire related, especially in our most vulnerable communities, the informal settlements. That is why we now around April, May, we start conducting our door-to-door campaigns in those areas.
Okay, now obviously I know you speak for the City of Johannesburg, but if you look at areas like Cape Town, we know for a fact that in those informal settlements there's going to be fires, and unfortunately lives are lost and all that. What is the problem? Is it planning or what is it? Okay,
firstly, the cause of these fires, it's the heating and lighting appliances which these communities all over the country use, because most of these communities, they're using paraffin stoves. Mm-hmm. These paraffin stoves, most of them, they are not regulated by the National Regulator of Compulsory Specifications, meaning that they're not tested in terms of the safety features. Like for instance, now if you walk around in most of the townships or these areas, you'll find that somebody parked this parky just selling these stoves. Most of them, they're very affordable. So our community members, they tend to buy these stoves. Most of them, you use it once, it explodes. It can actually, kill people in the household. Mm. So now what we're doing is we are introducing these items which are much more safer. Like for instance, the Parasafe stove, which I have in here. This Parasafe stove has got safety features on it, where if you accidentally, maybe it falls while you're busy cooking, it actually cuts off the flame, therefore preventing fire incidences. Most of these items, they are affordable. It's just that maybe community members in these areas are not really aware of them. And also another challenge is the building, the structures. These shacks are built next to each other, so therefore when there's a fire, there's 99% chance of fire spread. That's why you find out that if there's a fire, there's about 200, 300 to 1,000 shacks which are involved in whatever fire incident. Yes.
Now, what did you do as the city of Johannesburg? I see we've got a couple of things here on the table.
Yeah, the first one, let's talk about the candle first, the candle jar. That is a basic thing you can do at home, because we try and make sure that all the innovation we do, it's affordable. You don't have to spend like a lot of money for you to be safe. That is what another message we're trying to teach our community. So if you just take your coffee jar there, you clean it up, you fill it 3/4 of it with sand.
Is that coffee in there or?
No, it used to be. It might be a mayonnaise or peanut butter bottle. Yeah, an old bottle. So you just clean it up. From there, you fill it 3/4. It's just normal sand you walk on top. Yeah.
Okay.
And then from there, your candle will be longer. So you'll cut it into half. So you stick it in there. So it must be inside the jar, as you see there. So as it burns there, as soon as it reaches where the sand is, it extinguishes itself. So you're not going to have a fire wherever you are. And that jar also, the glass itself, it helps you to have the room to be much more brighter because of the glass. And the candle, again, you'll save money because the candle will take longer period of time. You can also be able to move around in your room wherever you are, because you can be able to carry it. If accidentally it falls, then it will extinguish the candle, so there's no fire. That's another way of using a candle. Most of our communities, wherever they are, whether they are in Venda or Cape Town, in Kailicha, wherever they are, they're using a beer bottle. I don't have a reason why a beer bottle, not a cold drink bottle, but they're using a beer bottle as a candle holder. So if that candle gets heated, then it might fall next to a curtain or something which can burn, and then you might have a fire in that household. So that's why we advising our community to stay away from those other things. They can use that candle jar.
Okay.
And then also we've got a paraffin container. Most of the incidents which happen in the informal settlements, you find paraffin poisoning where young kids drink this paraffin. So you find that mostly it's not labeled. Like maybe you might take a cold drink bottle, you put the paraffin inside. A child might come, depending on, maybe you find that that cold drink bottle is much more darker. You might find out that maybe the child might think that it's one of the fizzy drinks we drink out there. So this container has got a safety cap on it, just like the safety cap like in your medicine. So a young child is not going to be able to open it like that. And then also we've got a fire a retard spray there, or extinguisher, where you can be able to use it like on anything. You can spray it on anything which might be on fire. You can use it there. And also that light is a solar light. This one here, it's a solar light. That jar, the console jar, it's converted to a solar lantern light, which you can move around with. It's got a handle on it. You can move around with. It's rechargeable. You can take it outside during the day. You charge it in the evening.
What are we
you can
talking
put it on.
about here?
This jar here. This.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like what do you call it? At home they call it canned fruit or whatever. At home where I come from, we use it to drink something else. It's a console. Now it's a light. So you recharge it. It's a rechargeable.
Is this thing a light?
Yes, it's
Switch
a solar
it on.
light.
Let's see.
It's a solar light. It needs to be charged. And then after you have charged it, it works like the other one, which is on the other bucket there. So, because most of the people in the informal settlement, they're using, it's either the candle on a beer bottle, or they're using the traditional lamp.
Chickens again.
Yeah, or they're using what you call chickens again. They're taking this bottle, they cover it there. It's gonna have a cap, and then from there they put maybe a wool or something too. Yeah. So those things can be very much dangerous, because there's also toxic fumes which are coming from that. So this light also, it helps because it's rechargeable. You can be able to recharge it.
Are you giving these things for free?
Yes. What we do, it's not really, we're not giving them for free. What we do is we firstly trained you together with the other community members from where you are. Like for instance, we're in Kayasen together when we're launching it with the mayor and the MMC and the executive head of EMS. So what we do is we train you on basic firefighting and basic first aid. Right, so that you can be able to, deal with emergencies which you might occur at home, and also firefighting skills. From there, then we hand over this kit to you so that you can be able to use it. And then what we do when we hand them over, like what we were doing in Kaya Center yesterday with the mayor, we remove those paraffin stoves which are not regulated. Because we cannot give you this one which is regulated, which is safer, and you still keep the other one. You know what happens when you buy the new pair of shoe. You still keep the older one. Okay. That's by nature. You still keep the older one. So you might actually take the new one and put it aside, and you walk, up until the sole is off. So to get rid of a risk, we're removing the older, the ones which are not regulated, so that we are sure. And then after a period of time, we'll go back and assess to look at the effectiveness of the programs. Now,
I want us to go to a break, but perhaps when we return, let's talk about how quick are you to respond to fire situations in those informal settlements in town and in the townships and all those areas. And perhaps you as viewers, just call us and give us your experiences as far as emergency services is concerned. When you call them, do they come? The number to dial 089 110 4210. This is Question Time.
There are no permanent enemies or friends in politics.
I agree with Professor Sieto fully.
Do people still preserve the meaning?
They have no clue what it meant to be black under apartheid.
Acting Police Commissioner Phahlane dropped a bombshell in Parliament this week when he suggested there could be a possible cover-up. What do you think of this story? What kind of problems were those, Vu, if I can just get in there quickly?
Every corner or sphere of our lives has become a site of struggle.
Watch Media Monitor with me, Alicia Jali, Sundays at 9 a.m. only on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back. You are watching Question Time. Well, we're talking emergency services here, so there may be some funny noises from time to time, fire detectors and all that. The number to dial 089 110 4210. Robert Mauzi is our guest today. Bongi, you're in Cape Town. Welcome.
Molo
Bongi.
Mhluya kunjani?
Siphila khona ophile nawe?
Siphilile mana, hayi ndingoma into enhle mana ndiyibona yenziwa ngulo tata apho. Enziwa ayipresentayo apho mana, ayikwenye into endifuna uyitsho mana, ndifuna uncoma into enhle, intle laa nto yenzayo. Keep it on.
Enkosi kakhulu tata. I-experience zenu phofu eKapa zezitheni?
Andiba tata?
Ndithi eKapa ke xa kukho imlilo, i-experience zenu zinjani?
Hayi, apha kule ndawo ndikuyo apha eWorcester noko asikabi nayo ingxaki yomlilo.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Enkosi kakhulu Bongi. That was Bongi calling us from the Western Cape there, saying, well done, thank you for the program. And indeed, please do call us. We would love to hear from you. What are your experiences in as far as emergency services are concerned? Like I said, do they come when you call them? Or what is it? But Marauzi, let's continue. You have this thing that's making noise regularly.
Yes, this is a smoke detector. They normally find it in the buildings, which it acts as a warning assist device to alert you to move away from the building if there's a fire in that particular building. This one now, what we have done, we have tried to also hand them over in some of the informal settlements, but now we've changed in terms of the way we're doing things. Okay. We realize that these ones now also, we can also add on our old age homes campaigns so that we to avoid, fire incidents in the old age homes where our elderly people are staying.
Yes.
When you have fires, you had, a huge number of
what
people
is
who
it?
lost their
It
lives.
goes off when you have fire or
yes,
when you have smoke?
when the smoke.
So what
reaches
about the people who smoke?
It will activate like that. It will sound like that alarm.
Yeah, no.
So that the smoke, smoke from maybe a cigarette. If it's not that much, it's not going to really activate it. Not unless if you are that much closer from it. Not unless you are smoking other things which are not allowed in the land, which are not allowed according to the laws of the country. So
Okay.
we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there's this kit. This we call it a burn kit. Mostly, most of the people out there who are not informed about that training which I was telling you about, the basic first aid training.
Yes.
Maybe even yourself in the olden days before you were trained on these things, you were still using Colgate to treat your burn.
Okay.
Colgate is used for something else.
Okay, just hold it there quickly. Let's take Mangoba. Mangoba, you are calling us from around Gauteng. Welcome.
Hello.
Go ahead, Mangoba.
Oh, I will talk to Zulu. I want to ask what is it? I want to ask that.
That's not Zulu, Mangoba.
The problem about electricity and our electricity is nothing well.
Mangoba, uthe ufuna ukukhuluma isiZulu. Ngakuvumela so ukhuluma isiLungu. Okay, Mangoba, please do call us back. We would like to hear any language that you want to speak. I'm blessed enough to speak all South African languages, so don't feel uneasy at all. Do call us. Let's hear what your experiences are. 089-110-4210, 089-110-4210. But I was you were saying this is what every family would basically need to have.
Yes, yeah. So these items, all of them,
yes,
are the items which they are inside. You find them inside the Jozi safety kit, which includes that 25-liter bucket, which we didn't talk about it. The bucket, you don't store rice or milli inside. You are expected to put water inside. The reason why you do that, you're supposed to do that, is that when most of the informal settlements, the water supply is far away, like your taps. So
hold it there. Let me just interrupt you there. Lungelo, you're in Cape Town. Welcome.
Hey, Mpo, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for the calling.
I'm fine, man. Can't complain.
Yes.
Listen, Mpo,
yes.
The problem that I have, me in particular,
yes,
is the regulation. I had this gentleman that you are sitting with in studio mentioning the fact that there is a SABC, which regulates everything that is manufactured.
Yes.
For example, here in Khayelitsha, we've got a mall called Khayelitsha Mall, which is a center, right?
Yes.
There you can find anything, including flame stoves, heaters. You see, even now, I bought a heater in my house for 500 rands. And when I basically went to ask in terms of the guarantees, I was told it's a 1 month guarantee, which is a Chinese shop in particular, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, the heater is basically now fuming in the house. You see what I'm saying? Now, the problem that I have is that our government is sitting and is not regulating this stuff. For example, you've got you can name it, alcohol, everything. The problem is just the government is not monitoring and is not regulating and is not enforcing the rules.
Yes.
That is what I feel that is a major problem in particular.
Okay, thank you very much. How do you ensure that indeed some of these baulas and things are indeed SABC compliant?
Yeah, from our side, as the city, we've got a lot of awareness campaigns we conduct together with the national regulator for compulsory specifications. Like 2 months ago, we had an operation in the inner city in Johannesburg, where we were removing some of these illegal, stoves, which are very much dangerous. So those programs are there. Maybe they are not that much spread all over the country as they are supposed to be. And also, I think that it's also a two-way thing. You know, we cannot really blame the government all the time. I think us, as you know, public servants who are there to serve the community, if community members also listen to us when we tell them, because there's an issue here of affordability where a person chooses to go and buy a cheaper item, which is much more dangerous, instead of going to buy a safer item. Like, for instance, I spoke about the stove, to say people, you know, somebody who's sitting somewhere in one of the informal settlements might choose to go and buy two stoves, which are much more dangerous than buying this one, which is much more safer, which you can use for a longer period of time. So I think it's a two-way thing. Communities need also to make sure that they go and buy regulated items, and also they buy these items in a recognized, you know, hardware stores.
I suppose, like you're saying, it's you know, it's a two-pronged challenge here, because people may find that it is cheaper to go and get or to buy coal, which when the truck passes by, instead of going to buy these things. Well, you gave out this for free. Are you continuing to do so?
Yeah, our campaigns it's continuous. As I explained earlier on, this initiative, we introduced it into our communities in 2009. So what is happening now? We've got about 4 areas which we have identified, which we are aware that we had a number of fire incidents in those areas.
Okay,
so
before you even mention those 4 areas, let's firstly take Albert in Tsakane, that's in Eguruleni. Albert?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Legaina.
Rona Legaina.
Hey, Rona, man.
Right.
Hey, man, Gilavo, Muno, Mergo, Mobo, man.
Hey.
Mergo, 2000 Chava.
Hey.
Muno, Gimovetla Mazo.
Aura level woman.
Pakoita Shumomo Dingamanda.
Okay.
Very panda.
Okay, well bet.
Thank you.
All right, Ali Betty in Tsakane, well, basically saying, well, Mr. Murauzia seems to be a very popular man. People are happy with the type of job that he's doing. But let's look at the 4 areas that you were saying you have prioritized as the city.
Yeah, we've got Denver, Mangolongolo area, where you know that we had a number of fire incidents there. So we're covering most of the areas which are adjacent to that same area. So they will also be getting about 250 of this Jozi safety kit. Obviously, before they get the kits, they will have to undergo the training. We have also identified Orange Farm, where also you will know that you will recall that there was an incident previously where young children, about a family of 5, where they also lost their lives there. And we also identified Alexander, where in Sistwetla area, where we're also going to hand over this.
Okay, hold it there. Ayanda, you are in KZN.
Oh, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for the call, ma'am.
Good. Just 2 questions for your guest, Paul.
Okay.
Firstly, I just want to ask as to what is the time frame for them to reach out to the areas that are affected, like if there's fire in urban areas as well as in the rural areas? And secondly, what are the programs that they have perhaps put in place to ensure that messages or safety trainings are provided, like, for instance, in social media platforms and all that? What are the programs that they have put in place to ensure that the messages that are being
Okay, and I think we got the message there. Unfortunately, the call got cut very quickly there.
Okay, the first one, in the suburban areas, we are supposed to respond within 9 minutes of us receiving the emergency call. And then also, however, in the informal settlement is a different thing, because mostly those areas are not formalized, like there's no street names and things like that, so we normally struggle there. And also to maneuver there in the area, to move our vehicles, like when we had to go, pick up someone. That's why we prefer to, we've had a program, we call it a Home Finder program, where we encourage our communities to have the street names and addresses.
Okay.
And in terms of the programs, the community programs, so we've got a section within the organization, we call it PEER, Public Education, which on a day-to-day basis, we've got a community educators there, or the peer officers who on a day-to-day basis go out to the communities to educate them about life and fire safety issues.
Okay, thank you very much. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Can we keep the kit?
Yeah, I think, yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. We've got the kit. And that was question time for today. A big thank you to my guest and to you for watching the show. Have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.